Heather Blowers, and I am Emily Cavazos. Today we'll be interviewing Andrew Carnegie. Thank you, Andrew, for interviewing with us so last minute. So, Andrew, where were you born?
Well, I was born in Dunfermline, Scotland in 1835. Yeah, November. It's one of the greatest months in the world. Yeah. Then when I was 13 years old in 48, I moved to America with my family. We moved to Pennsylvania, and I worked in a factory while my mother opened up a small grocery shop and mended some shoes. We were rather poor back then. Yeah, I didn't have this much money.
So, Carnegie, what were you doing during the Civil War?
Well, I was an assistant to the telegrapher, Thomas Scott.
Wow.
You see, the telegraph lines are the unspoken heroes of the Civil War. They brought news straight to the front about that. It gave the soldiers the instructions for what they were supposed to do next. It's really the speedy communication that made possible the success of the North in the Civil War.
So what kind of industry were you in?
Well, after I left the railroad industry, I went to focus on Keystone Bridge Company. From there I went on to the steel industry, and that's when Carnegie Steel just blew up. We produced more steel than all of Great Britain. It was quite an accomplishment.
Well, Carnegie, it sounds like you've accomplished the American dream. Your journey to becoming a self-made millionaire. What other major accomplishments would you say you've achieved?
Well, I'm quite the philanthropist, as you may know. I sold my business to JP Morgan, and then with that money, I donated about $5 million to the
Wow.
New York Public Library. Yeah. And then with the money that was left over from that, I had 2,800 libraries opened in my name. I'm quite the famous person. Yeah.
Many call you a robber baron, especially after the Homestead Strike of 1892. How does that make you feel?
Well, I resent the implication. I think it's absolute poppycock. You see, in reality, in opposition to all of my fellow robber barons, I supported unions and workers' rights. You see, I grew up very poor, and I didn't want that to happen to anyone else. That's why I'm such a philanthropist. I want to help my workers to grow and make themselves into something great.
Well, thank you so much, Carnegie. And one last thing I'd like to ask you. I heard that you had some involvement with the League of Nations. Is this true?
Absolutely. I was one of the first to call for a League of Nations, that's right. I built a so-called Palace of Peace, you might say, yes. It later evolved, I've heard from Wikipedia, into the World Court.
Really? Mm-hmm. Very interesting. Well, thank you, Andrew Carnegie, for joining us today.
It was a pleasure.
No, it was a pleasure for me. What do you want to say to your viewers out there? Maybe vote for me, you know?
Alright, I'd like to tell you all to look inside of yourselves and find the millionaire inside of you. Because I believe it's in there. So vote for me. Andrew Carnegie.
I'm gonna call my grandma. Yeah, grandma? Yeah, Yeah, no, we're gonna interview. Okay, bye. Love you too. I don't want someone to come out and like yell at you. That's why we gotta make this quick. Okay, when you're ready. Hello, and welcome to the American Hall of Fame. Today is election day, and in case if you've just tuned in, we've been airing candidate interviews all week long. No, Max! Alright, I think they're curved now. What is that? Okay, pretend that doesn't exist. So many call you a robber baron, especially after the Homestead Act. Gosh darn it. I meant strike. Well, we'll make it into a meme.